This week has been packed with gaming news about some of 2016's biggest releases. News has emerged regarding Battlefield 1, Titanfall 2 Beta, and No Man's Sky. Before getting to that, this coverage is brought to you by iBuyPower and their new Element gaming PC, which is a large, full-size tempered glass side window and uses arc LED lights for the fans and underglow lighting for the underside of the case. Starting off with Battlefield 1, EA announced that they'll be having an open beta test starting on August 29th. If you want to participate for this open beta, EA says that players who sign up as a Battlefield Insider and choose their platform before August 21st will be able to receive early access to the beta. The Battlefield 1 open beta test will feature two modes to choose from, Rush and Conquest. The objective for the Rush mode in past Battlefield games is to protect crates from the opposing team trying to destroy them, and Conquest mode is also unchanged, with teams battling for control over spawn points scattered across the map. It's more traditional in its implementation. Both modes will be featured on the Sinai Desert map, which can support up to 64 players. In other EA news, Titanfall 2 is also going to have its own beta testing this month. Respawn and EA will be having what they call an open multiplayer technical test. The first testing period will be on August 19th through 21st, that's a weekend, and the second, also on a weekend, will be from the 26th through the 28th. Titanfall 2's test starts on August 19th and will feature two game modes, a 5-on-5 bounty hunt mode and an 8-on-8 pilots versus pilots mode. The objective of bounty hunt mode is to earn points by killing enemies and grunts to deposit these points into your team's bank. The pilot versus pilot mode has no Titans in it, as the mode might explain, and players fight using their guns on the ground, a mode that was commonly requested for the first Titanfall game, as the game's foot gameplay was pretty strong. The second Titanfall 2 technical preview is slated to start on August 26th and will feature modes from the first tech preview. The August 26th test will also include an additional game type, which is a 6-on-6 mode called Amped Hardpoint, and the Amped mode puts two teams against one another, one team defending the hardpoint and the other, of course, trying to attack it. Titanfall 2 will have 3 maps available during its technical preview, 2 of which will be available during the first on August 26th, and those are Boomtown and Homestead, and the second preview will give players access to the third map, which is called Forward Base Kodai. Our last news topic is about No Man's Sky. The No Man's Sky team has been testing an experimental branch of the game to fix bugs in the PC version, which we detailed, by the way, in our frame time analysis video. And the developers are continually updating their progress on Steam and the branch as they are testing to see if they can fix some of the game's many graphical issues. The new patch will allow No Man's Sky to work properly with AMD Phenom CPUs and will also add support for the 6000 series of AMD GPUs. And the team says to expect performance improvements on 4-thread and 8-thread CPUs, something that's been lacking thus far. The patch will issue Alt-Tab crash fixes for the game and also recover lost or corrupted saves. And we're also glad to hear that the patch should theoretically reduce the stuttering that players see while capping their frame rates to 30 or 60 FPS using the cap built into the game. Lastly, No Man's Sky, the update anyway, will disable G-Sync now by default, as this was causing serious graphics issues for some users, including ones that we reported on. No Man's Sky also received more news this week when the game's director, Sean Murray, said in an interview that there might be paid DLC in the future. This was in contrast to previous reports and statements from Murray that said No Man's Sky would receive free DLC updates with no paid DLC in the plans. Sean Murray was quoted by GameSpot as saying, "Maybe in the future there is some reason why we just couldn't possibly afford to do a certain feature without charging for it," and went on to say that if you hoped for things like PvP multiplayer or city building, piloting freighters, or building civilizations, this isn't what No Man's Sky is. Over time, it might become some of those things through updates, and based on that quote, it ultimately does sound like the market is getting the better of a bright-eyed developer, and DLC will likely be available in both paid and hopefully still unpaid variants. And that's all we have for you today. Subscribe on YouTube, like, as always, leave a comment for discussion below, and hit that Patreon link in the post-roll video. We'll see you all next time.